Listener, my shows in New York are available for purchase. It's just $10 every Sunday, and we have an after party where we all hang out. So please come, and we added a third Boston show. Kate will be coming with me to that one. Oh, and Kate is headlining one of my October shows in New York while I'm away. So go get those tickets, ashleygavin.com. They sell pretty quick. I hope some Boston ones are still available for you. Go and check it out. And on today's episode, we have Cameron Esposito. You know her, you love her, an incredible stand-up comedian that I've been following for a really long time. She's got a show on Stars. It's really, really good. It's called Take My Wife. She has a great podcast called Queery. Go listen to that. And she has some live dates coming up. On October 2nd, she's in Chicago. And on October 14th, she is in Salt Lake. Those are kind of the last chance you can get to see her before she takes a break. You can get that at CameronEsposito.com. Yeah, interact with me, listener. My website has all kinds of cool stuff and ways to interact with me, chat with me, come see me live, all of that. And as always, patreon.com/WHGS if you want free tickets. And now we're doing bonus episodes every week. If you go and subscribe there, those will start coming out in October or November. So go check that out. You gotta like get that shit down. Yeah. Participants. All right.
It's like glue. Like if you touch it, it's disgusting. But I needed to do something.
Let's see. Oh wait, we gotta put these in because.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's make sure this is not blasting.
I know. We always kill our ears.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks so much for doing this. We're really excited.
Yeah, my pleasure. Good morning.
Morning. Oh yes, for you it's morning, right?
Yes, you live in a different place with a different time, yeah.
Doesn't that sound fake?
It does. Wait, let's see. Can you hear this?
Yes.
Great. That's our soundboard. You sound phenomenal. I don't think we need a backup recording.
Yeah.
She's got headphones. Do you have a preference between she or they?
I like both interchangeably.
Okay, I'll mix it up. I'll throw it.
That's what I like.
In like wherever it just feels comfortable.
That's what I like. I like both. So do you want me to record on my end?
If you can record separately, that's always
easy
better.
to do so.
Awesome. Let me just turn off our AC and turn on the camera.
Oh yeah.
And I gotta pin Cameron.
Yes.
All right. Oh wait, did I do this? Great. Okay. Gallery. And then pin. Great. I was like so stoked when you messaged me because we've had you on our like booking list for a while, and I don't remember if my booker like reached out to you to have you on, but or we're not recording.
No, I'm just on top of my shit.
Yeah, you are. So I was just like really, really excited because you know, comedy fans have requested you, and so it was just great to have. It was the first time that I felt someone more established than me asked me to do my podcast. So really, it felt like my ego got stroked, which is the most exciting thing that could possibly happen.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, it's super conversational. I don't know what you know about the pod. I'm a little nervous. I'm going to be honest.
I'm Kate.
This is Kate. I'm Ashley.
Hi Kate. Hi, Ashley.
Good to meet you.
Very conversational. We do I think of it as 4 segments, but we don't really tell the audience that. I think it's 15 minutes of just chatting up front, and then each of us goes roundtable, tells a gay sex story, which does not have to be gay sex. And I start, you go second, Kate rounds it out.
Sweet.
Feel free to interrupt us. We are the worst.
No problem. Cool. Awesome. The only thing I will communicate is I have a hard out at 11. So
that's in 56 minutes.
That's in 56 minutes.
Okay, cool.
We will start right now.
Let's go.
We're starting right now because Cameron is very important.
True.
And they have a hard out.
Yes.
That's right.
At 11 in 56 minutes. This will be a 56-minute podcast. Start your timer right now, listener. Very important person. We're in the apartment.
I don't think they have to have a timer. I feel like when you listen to podcasts, it says, you remember how podcasts work? It will already.
Yeah, it does. It's there.
They have the timer.
It's built into the
app. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
It says second by second how many seconds
Here's
there are
the thing.
That's right.
We're on an atomic clock here at We're Having Gay Sex.
Right.
So get your atomic timer out. I don't know what shitty Spotify timer has. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what that shit is.
Fair enough.
Is
I
that
didn't
working
realize you
at a
were so
molecular
science
level?
focused.
Yeah, this is a science pod.
You can't have a gay pod without it also being STEM.
Especially in 2021. It's really important.
Women in STEM, queers in STEM. Here we go. We're having gay sex. We're having gay sex with a great guest today.
Yes.
Highly requested. Very intimidating. I'm intimidating. I'm intimidated. I'm going to be a little bitch bottom during this. Usually I'm topping. Today I'm bottoming. On Conan. Big a show that is so popular that people are demanding that it come back because it was on CISO and no one knows what that is anymore. I had some stuff on CISO, by the way. R.I.P.
It's on Stars now.
It's on Stars.
Whatever. Who even knows how to get that? It's impossible. Life's impossible. Life is impossible is the thing I'll say. That's my overall message. But keep going.
Despite it being impossible, they're doing so well on Conan. Cameron Esposito, a great comedian. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I honestly, and I'm not trying to, I feel like you undersold my credits a little bit.
The show's called Take My Wife.
I know, but I mean,
it's mostly Conan is what you were focusing on. But come on, I'm a best-selling
where
author.
I know and love you from.
Fellow podcaster.
Queery.
I have a great podcast
Queery.
called Queery.
You can go listen to that anywhere you get your podcast. I'm nervous.
Yeah. Look, we're already pals. That's how I feel.
Okay.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
Anyway, I love the gallery. We have if you're listening and not watching on YouTube, we have a very nice gallery wall back there. Is your day going well?
Oh, thanks for asking. Yeah, my day's going pretty well. I went for a run this morning with my running partner.
Nice.
Because that's
as opposed to your sexual partner or your romantic partner.
Exactly. Yeah, my running partner, Emily, who is a person that I know from like Chicago comedy when I used to live there. And a couple of years ago, when I was like very early in divorce, she ran past me on the street. This is how I was doing at the time. She ran past me on the street and I stopped her. Like we were not close friends, but I just knew her. But I stopped her and I was like, "Can I run with you?" And she said, I only like to listen to headphones. I don't like to talk to anybody. I don't like to run with people. Essentially leave me alone. And I was like, great, that's exactly how I am. Like I think we're actually a really good match. So we started running together. Silently. We would like meet up, say nothing, and run together. And now it's like several years later, and we have, don't worry, we have broken out the chit chat at this point, and we're
just a little light banter up top, like the podcast.
Yeah, as we're warming up and as
hello.
we're cooling down, exactly. We like catch up with each other. Now we're like friends, but for a while we were just people who run next to each other, listening to
who don't really know each other because you're not really getting to know each other.
Exactly.
You're literally just running.
Yeah. This gives me the vibes of one of those movies where like the little scrawny kid is like, "Hey, mister, can I ride in the back of your pickup truck?" And the old guy's like, "Sure, as long as you don't say nothing."
Totally. I'm watching.
And then by the end of the movie, they're friends.
Yeah, exactly. I'm rewatching Friday Night Lights right now. Tim Riggins has just become friends with like a young neighbor boy who's, and Tim Riggins is also, he's a teenager who's then sleeping with that neighbor boy's like 40-year-old mom. So anyway, that is the vibe.
So I'm Tim Riggins and you're the neighbor boy in this scenario.
I was gonna say I was the neighbor. So I guess we're fighting over who's the neighbor boy in this situation.
You're the neighbor boy to Emily.
Okay. Yeah.
Kate is the neighbor boy to me.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Analogous,
Yeah. Got it. I see what you're saying. Yes.
No, I have nothing to do with your running with Emily. But if you wanted me to tag along silently, I might be able to try to do that.
I mean, it's going really well. We just broke our, our best time for a 5K a couple days ago, which is just sub 10-minute miles. Like it's not, but that
feels fast.
It's pretty good. It's
to
just
do
not
more than
like
1 mile under 10 minutes in a row.
Yeah. I mean, I don't talk about this much, but when I was running, that was my mile times at 10 minutes. And I never told anyone because I was sort of embarrassed, to be honest.
No, it's running. So. No, there's no embarrassment about this. We should feel completely fine to not even ever walk. We should feel fine to be in cars all the time. That's acceptable and fine. To be running at all, like literally a block and then to have it and to be able to repeat that. I mean, it's to me, it's not easy. I did post on Instagram that I got this, like, that I was like, yeah, beat sub 10-minute miles. And then my friend, Abby, Wambach, who's a Olympic gold medalist, said,
sorry, who is that?
My friend Abby.
She said,
Abby Wambach. Oh my god.
She posted, I can't believe I didn't know about this. I would have run with you guys. So I think I'm gonna actually invite her to the next one because I'm very curious to see like how
just
that
her
goes
from the back. As she takes off.
Or, a 5K, sometimes the course is, it goes out and then you can see the people coming back at you, like especially the really fast people, because sometimes it's a loop, and so sometimes the fast person's coming at you.
Wave.
Yeah,
that's actually great for the silent running. You don't have to say that much.
That's
you can
what
just
I
keep
anticipate.
It to a hello and a how are you?
I myself am a former soccer player, and oh boy. My abilities now compared to what my abilities were I'm like past me is like lapping me on the track.
Kate was on the national Puerto Rican soccer team, like Olympic qualifiers.
Yeah.
You're kidding. Wait,
long time ago.
Can I suggest, and this is just based on my own personal experience. I don't know what the last time is that you played, but can I suggest
playing with Abby Wambach?
No. Reclaiming that sport, but with people who are playing sort of at like a public level. I'll give you an example.
Yes.
I started lap swimming this year at the YMCA. I go in the morning. Everyone else is a senior citizen, and I secretly race them, and I am crushing them. I am destroying. I am.
You ever
fucking murdering out there?
And they don't even know.
They don't even know. They don't know we're racing. They think that they're like, working on their cholesterol or whatever they're out there doing, osteoporosis management. But I'm like, I win every race.
Undefeated. You ever play that
I'm
game
undefeated.
in the
It's
car
incredible.
with your family where you're racing all the other cars, but not when they pass you? Is that just me?
That sounds so dangerous.
No. Like.
Wait, tell me what you mean.
You're in the car. You're like, I was a super competitive kid. I'm a super competitive person. Yeah. So like, just a game that we would play as a family in the car is like, oh yeah, we're winning this fucking race. Like, fuck that, Subaru over there. But then if the Subaru passed us, then they were disqualified.
They were disqualified.
I played a different game. That seems related. So like, I had my old, we had one of those wood paneled station wagons when I was growing up. And my older sister and I would be facing, we'd be in the way back and you face backwards.
Yes.
And we would try to see how many people we could get to change lanes to get away from us because we were creating a scene. By the way, we also didn't know how like driving works because people will just need to change lanes.
Yeah. Right.
But we had, I don't even know why we had this. We had, when like a bouncer, when you walk into a bar and a bouncer has one of those like clickers where they count the capacity. I have no idea why we had this, but we had one of those. And we would drive from Chicago to
parents definitely
Florida.
Just chuck that back into the car.
Yeah,
like, play with this, kids.
Exactly. Like we have a baby sister who's like a lot younger than us, so she would be like in the middle seat, right? And my parents would be in the front, and then my older sister and I would be in the way back, having like our own experience. We would be like, we were counting how many cars we'd get to change lanes by doing elaborate plays. Like sometimes we would duck down so there were no people visible and then just toss a bunch of stuffed animals in the air. That was a classic one. Or pig noses, where pig noses,
of course,
but pull lemon heads out of them and then eat the lemon heads.
That's
I mean, look,
I would change lanes. I would change lanes. Like I can't get nauseous while I'm driving. I need to change lanes.
Well, I think we're warmed up. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. We usually do intros as late into the episode as possible.
Right.
Just so people who came here to listen to you know what I mean? Or like my listeners have no idea. Your listeners have no idea who I am, and my listeners have no idea who you are. Just to make it really, really uncomfortable. So we copy the format. Just what you want anyone to know about you. I'm Ashley Gavin. Okay. I am a cis gay white woman. She, her, pronouns. As always, the cancel coach to keep me from getting canceled. The only pickleball player without a pickle.
Oh my God.
Kate Sisk.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Kate Sisk, the cancel.
What did you do?
I don't know.
You're fired. Get out of here. You lost. You're disqualified.
Oh, that is actually a camera.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right, it's not filming. Okay. It's me, everybody. Kate Sisk, the cancel coach, the fat in the chat. My pronouns are any pronouns. I'm white, bisexual, lesbian, dyke. My gender of the week, as submitted by the listeners, is Ruby Ryder from Steven Universe, which
I don't know what that is.
Very cute. Very sweet. It's like she, her pronouns, but they call her cowboy, and she has a horse. And I know that touches something triggering. Deep for you.
I recently ended something with a horse girl. Yeah. Not anything serious, but truly kind of an interesting situation.
Yeah.
You put her out to pasture?
I watched her gallop into the sunset. Mm-hmm. Hi ho, Silver.
Hi ho, Silver. Anyway, yeah, so that's my gender of the week, and little starstruck by Cameron right now. But
I think we both are.
Yeah.
We're usually better than this.
I think it's going great.
Okay.
So good. I can't even imagine what your usual is.
If you even knew.
This is your worst?
This is awful, honestly. Really bad stuff. You know what it is? It's every time there's someone toppier as a podcaster that they come on, I have to reevaluate who I am on the pod. Uh-huh. You know what I mean?
Is that also true? Hang on, wait, am I supposed to introduce myself? Because
yes,
I have a whole side thing that I'd like to ask you about. Well, I'm Cameron Esposito, and I'm a stand-up comic. I'm also other things, including soon, not announced yet.
Whoa,
a director.
Whoa,
that's great. I was going to ask you if you have
avail.
anything that you're like working on that you wanted to talk about.
No more information avail, but I'm really excited about that.
That is exciting.
Yeah, thank you. And in terms of other stuff, I am a white person. I am unclear what my gender identity or pronouns are. I really like fluid right now, gender fluid person. I'm politically always a woman. And I have a small dog.
That's great. Now, listener, this could get dicey here. I know there's a big divide between the big dog and the small dog community.
That's true.
And I feel that people who enjoy small dogs are judged. And I
not if you met my dog.
Let's talk about your dog.
My dog is incredible. Ruby, she's the best. She is a true rescue, like not an Instagram rescue. Like she didn't come from like a picture that where she was like living in someone's beautiful home. And no, she's like
a mess. She was a mess.
She's a mess. She's from a piece of Tupperware in the desert. She is way beyond my skill set. She has been stung by a bee she's 1 year old. She's been stung by a bee. She's 1 year old.
She just gets stung by a bee every 3 months.
She's been stung by a bee 4 times. She's had pink eye. She's had pink eye twice. She has had a skin infection and a parasite. She has had a feather surgically removed from her nose and a titanium plate put in her leg. And she had toes removed. She had extraneous toes that had to be removed.
Okay, what
I'm hearing with Ruby
is you started with a small dog and now she is even smaller.
Yes,
she is teeny. She is microscopic.
She weighs 7 pounds. She is incredible. Her attitude is impeccable. Her vibe, we look like twins.
You do have like small dog energy,
but our hair,
way,
it's really our hair.
Yeah.
Like I didn't mean to have her same hair, but you should see the picture of this dog. Hang on. This is really important. It's important to show this to you. You know what I mean? It's like, this is really, you need to know about this.
I want to see the dog.
Okay, hang on. It's coming. It's on its way. But, here's what Ruby looks like.
We have 41 minutes on the clock. Just if you're,
perfect.
If you're keeping your atomic
here's what
clock
she
going.
looks like just like
oh my god,
by herself. Hang on, I'll turn the. This is really
so
important
cute.
But do you see how we're this? Look at us.
Yes, you guys are the same.
Yeah, the hair and the
You're
ears.
like in a 101 Dalmatians where you're watching the characters
exactly.
with the dogs that look like them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wait,
so anyway, that's what's going on over here.
I love. What's your dog? Oh, Ruby. Ruby's your dog's name.
Yeah, Ruby.
I'm really losing it with the credits. I cannot keep any of.
Yeah, my credits are. I have a dog named Ruby, and that's one of my top credits. And I'm trying to get it on
You might have
IMDb
seen
to
her
really.
dog named Ruby at the hospital.
Yeah,
Give
absolutely.
it up for Cameron Esposito.
That's totally true. She is. People are invested. But anyway, we have to do something. Oh, I had a whole side tangent
at some point, but take your side
the
tangent.
side
It doesn't
tangent.
really matter. My story today is shit. I didn't save a good one for Cameron, and I don't know. But go on, do your side tangent.
Well, my side tangent was because you were talking about like top energy, and I was just saying that I was having this realization the other day. I was talking to my spouse, Katie, and I was having this realization the other day. I was like, why am I always friends? There's always like one tall cis straight dude that is in my life as my friend. One.
Yeah.
This person has been. It's not the same. It's a rotating.
It's a rotating.
I don't even
Chris.
know how. I don't even know how I find them. Like it's like it started in high school. It's just they're constant. Then because I went to a concert the other day with my friend Byron, who's like 6'7" or whatever, and it's like the two of us, and I'm sitting there just like, buddy, and I was realizing that
I'm Buddy Byron. I was thinking more Lord Byron. Byron feels like a poet's
right.
name. I mean, it is, right? Isn't he?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not good.
That's
at that
right.
shit.
Yeah. I was realizing that it's because so I have tons of queer friends, right? I have like straight women friends. I don't have a ton of gay cis dude friends. Mm-hmm. But for my queer friends, it's like if somebody's the exact same gender as me or like a similar gender to me, we can be boys. Like I have a friend, Kelsey, where if we hug, we like really pat each other in the back really hard.
That's an interesting dynamic when comedians greet you. You can kind of tell how they see you based on cis male comedians. Like, do they give you the pound? Do they give you like the bro hug, or do they like hug you? That's always interesting to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do they give you a little kiss on your neck or something?
Yeah. They dip you. If they dip you down,
they do.
like it's V-Day. But no, I feel like there. So anyway, but I do feel like I love that energy of like a brother to brother sort of a thing. But I also think that can be hard to build upon. Because everybody's you're constantly like topping each other. It's a stressful relationship. So I have those, but I don't have a ton of those people in my life. Like I have those, in the big queer sector of my life. Not usually most people I'm closest to are like not exactly my same thing. Mm-hmm. But I was realizing that like these dudes, this like tall, sort of like maybe artsy guy, for me, I think that's me.
Yes.
But I don't have to compete with them. And then I also think that guy thinks the same thing about me.
Yes.
Like where we like find each other
lesbros.
across the room, we lock eyes, and it's like, yes, we're lesbros. And that is a very real thing in my life. It is not a thing in Katie's life. She doesn't really have that thing with a straight cis dude. Do either of you have that vibe with a straight cis dude?
I have many.
You have many?
Rich Happel, Neil Rubenstein. Tons. I have tons.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, my friend Mark. I'm going to a WM. Dude, I don't know anything about sports. I got invited to go watch the Liberty on Friday. I have courtside seats. I'm going in through the VIP entrance.
You're going to have an excellent time.
It's going to be superior. It's going to be lesbian excellence. I'm going in through like the special entrance. I'm meeting the CEO. I don't know anything about basketball. I have to bring. Yeah.
First of all, please, just a little. Okay, so there's 5 people
let's go.
on per team on the court at a time. And there's 2 hoops, and they're on opposing sides of the court.
And yeah,
so they're even actually they're gonna like switch at halftime.
They switch at halftime. Yeah, I know the basic rules. I just don't know the people. I don't know.
Great.
The personalities. You can learn that.
Well, that's not your fault. That's the fault of culture. You don't know the names of WNBA players. That's not on you.
Yeah, that's true.
These folks, like, honestly, God bless them. You have to have another job if you're a WNBA player.
Yeah.
Because we don't pay them shit.
Yep.
But here's what I'll say about the WNBA.
Teachers.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like,
I'm also a nurse. I'm also a COVID ward nurse, and I'm a WNBA player. That's truly what those people are doing.
Buy the uniforms for the teams. They're on the subway being like, "Hey, can you give me some money for my basketball team? I play for the Liberty."
100%.
I know. There's so much money there too. They should be getting more of it.
Yeah.
When you meet the CEO,
I'll slip her a $5.
Well, ask her if she has Venmo. You know what I mean? Ask her if she, because then you don't even have to worry about carrying cash, and I think that's important. But here's what else I'll say about, so I love to go to WNBA games here in LA, and I thought it was going to be like all sort of lesbian crew in the audience, and that the fans, that does exist. But another thing that exists here, and I'm very curious if it's true for the Liberty, is like there is a huge Black fan base and many, many adult women, children, like straight couples. It just is like a whole. So here, like for instance, here in LA, if you go see the WNBA play, there instead of a kiss cam, there is the Vivica A. Fox wig cam, where like it cuts to the audience and then there's like a fake wig on your head and you're on the Jumbotron with a wig on your head, and then they dance around, like everybody dances around.
Dude, that is my also I know they would never cut to me, but that would be my worst nightmare. That's worse than someone proposing to me at the WNBA.
There's also a so the Sparks also have a like DJ that is doing like, they're doing play-by-play, but like I've never seen this at like an NBA game. So there's a DJ like playing sound cues and also being like, Candace Parker, and then like the whole audience gets into it in a different way. Like it's like so anyway, fucking cool as hell.
That's
like the
fun.
best, like the best time.
Okay.
I like the sound of that. You're gonna have so much fun.
I know. I don't know what to wear. I like don't know. I gotta
a Liberty jersey.
I gotta go buy one. Yeah, maybe I'll get there a little bit early and see if I can buy one.
You should.
Anyway, let's get into the gay sex.
Oh wait, I do have. This is interesting. Related. I do have some bro cis male friends like that, and one of them, his grandfather, invented basketball.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Invented basketball.
Maybe it's great grandfather. Yeah.
What?
You know a Naismith?
I do.
Is that his actual name?
Naismith?
Yeah.
Is that the last name?
Yeah.
So it's paternal, to line a paternal lineage?
Yeah.
Wow. That's so funny because the guy that I'm going to the WNBA game with, his great uncle invented the shot clock.
What?
I'm not joking.
Are you serious?
Basketball, there used to be no shot clock.
What if I also knew the name of what if I just also knew the last name of the person who invented the shot clock?
Weather up. Mark, shout out Mark.
That would be very impressive.
Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, basketball was made so much better by the shot clock. Lesbians need a shot clock in every bar for when they're staring at a woman across the bar to time them. You got to take a lesson from the WNBA. You got to shoot your fucking shot on the shot clock. Set your atomic clock to 16 seconds or whatever the fuck the shot clock is.
Oh my God.
I love that.
That couldn't be more true. Yeah. I could have really used that bit of information like in my 20s.
Yeah, it's hard. Mm-hmm. It's hard to shoot your shot.
If anybody, either of you knows grandfather invented a time machine, let me know because I'll go back.
All right, let's get into it. I'm going to be quick today.
Okay.
The story that I had in mind, I don't know how quick. How do you feel about camp, Cameron? Do you like camp, summer camp?
Well, I went to sports themed camps.
Same.
So like a summer camp where you're like doing archery and like sitting around a campfire. I have no experience with that.
That's what I did, and I did do archery. And at the time when I was a counselor, the Hunger Games were huge, so the kids fucking loved archery.
Did anyone get hurt?
No one ever got hurt.
Okay.
They had really
But a few people got killed. Not hurt, but murdered.
But it was
and
painless.
There was a cannon. Yeah.
It was arrow to the eye. It was over momentarily.
The kids were really good. The thing is that
those were on purpose. Those weren't accidents. Those were on purpose KOs.
We told them that at the end of camp there would only be one survivor.
Right.
And they had to kill each other in order. So they were motivated.
Mm-hmm.
But I went to camp when I was a kid. I was a counselor at the camp, and I thought of this the other day. When I was like, every week I sort of reflect on the gay sex that I've had throughout my life and anything adjacent because I'm running out of stories. Unfortunately, this is a good podcast and it's continued and I'm running out of gay sex. But I was thinking about camp. I was a huge theater. I was like the theater kid. Not just the theater kid. I like performed at Campfire like every week. I like wrote a parody song or did my form of stand-up comedy.
Amazing. Yeah. Amazing.
Did they love you or hate you?
They loved me, man.
Okay, nice.
I was fucking killing it. It was the only place that I felt like I could be free as a performer because there were no boys. So I got to play the boys in the shows and stuff like that and could do drag and just all different types of gay shit. You know, I was liberated there.
It's a dream.
But here's the funny thing. All the little drama kids, we would like fake kiss each other. Like with fingers like this. You know what I mean? And it became...
Not like this?
No, not like that. Not like... I can't even do it. Listener, Kate just borderline catcalled me by putting her fingers... Whatever.
Where were the fingers? Never mind. It's okay. Again, V-Day. Bit of a V-Day symbol.
Man, talking about car games, my cousin and I used to play this game where we would slap the side of our car so that guys walking by looked up and we would give them the peace sign. And you got a point if they gave you the peace sign back. But one time my mom...
You weren't catcalling. You were catcalling men.
Well, my mom thought that I was doing the like pussy eating symbol to these guys. And I was like, no, I'm doing the peace symbol.
Nah,
why
that's
did your mom think that within the realm of your behavior?
I don't know. She was shocked. She caught it out of the corner of her eye one time, and I guess must have just like heard me slap the car and like looked up as I was like flashing the peace sign, and maybe she thought I was going either towards or from my mouth and I don't know. She was shocked.
I didn't know our moms knew that symbol. Keep going, but I just didn't know that. This is like really new information.
It's actually true. If you've given birth, you've never had your pussy ate. That's what I hear.
If you had it eaten before, it actually
uneats itself.
It's a Men in Black lights where the baby comes out and flashes your face and you forget every time that you got pussy eaten.
I'm watching.
Cameron's horrified.
I'm just watching.
I like your face. It's fun.
I want to know what's going to happen next. Yeah.
I feel it's like you have that nice face that sometimes audience members have, and you never see that from a comedian. You never see that wonderment. You know,
childlike wonder. Yeah, that's what I was.
You have that. It's lovely.
That is what I was experiencing.
It's actually lovely. You're a lovely person, and I don't know what I expected you to be like more like. Not the opposite of lovely. I don't know what I was expecting, but I'm getting
a hard ass, a little bit of a hard ass.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but in a fun way. But what I'm getting is like a softness to you that I'm really very much enjoying and I'm surprised by.
Oh yeah, and I'm a sweet little goofball.
Yeah, you are. You are a sweet little goofball. That's your gender.
Totally.
Sweet little goofball.
Absolutely. I really am.
Yeah,
100%.
I think I have that in me too. Less on this podcast, but more when I go on a date with a girl who's like maybe seen my comedy. They're always like, "You are very sensitive," and I'm,
my God, I'm the most crying guy.
I'm the most crying.
We're soft boys.
I am. I'm so crying all the time. The other day, this is a real thing in my life. The other day, I don't know why this came up, but I was watching television with Katie, my spouse. And I said, look, as I said, I don't know why this came up, but I asked her to pause it. And I said, if I had 10 seconds to live,
oh my God,
what would you say to me? And first of all, she said, as a response, are you telling me that we're like at a hospital and the doctors they say, 10 more seconds. It's going to be 10 more seconds.
How long I got, Doc?
Talk about the shot clock.
9,
Jesus Christ.
7, 6.
Bit of a shot clock situation, as you said. So I said, if I had 10 seconds to live, what would you say to me? And then before she answered, as I thought about this situation, I did burst into tears.
Before she even answered.
Because I thought, this is so sad. I only have 10 seconds left to live.
Really, you were doing like a Strasberg style acting like method.
Exactly. It was very
intense.
I know. But then you know what she said? And it made it even worse.
Oh, no.
She said, I would just say, I love you over and over again, then probably continue even after you've passed.
I'm gonna cry.
Oh, yeah.
Can you even believe this?
Oh, painful.
Yeah.
Beautiful, painful.
Then we just continued watching Friday Night Lights after that.
That's great that it was Friday Night Lights. Well, I can't.
I love that.
I can't top that, but I'll keep going about my experience at camp just because
Yes,
I'm even thinking about just ditching the format because this is just like going.
Yeah, sure.
So we don't do anything with structure.
Oh, come on. I want to hear this camp
okay.
story, though.
Well, that's very nice.
Please.
So, yes, because you're asking so nicely. But I all the theater girls, the girls who did theater, we would kiss each other as kind of a joke from theater, like kissing. But then it became like, with certain girls, it became like intimate. Like we would hold each other and like kind of like be in bed, like cuddling, like
but still
doing
with
that.
the fingers between
but
your
still
mouth?
with the fingers over our mouths.
Oh my gosh.
And there was sort of like two girls that I did this the most with, but then there was like one that was clearly my camp main.
Oh my God, Ashley. You've had a main since the beginning.
From the beginning.
Oh my God.
We were like 13, 14 years old. And this girl, she had red hair. Her, like, she was super political, even at like a very young age. She was from the DC area.
She's like, we must go to war with Afghanistan.
Yeah. It was right around that time. What do you name her? Because we have the guest name the people that we talk about.
Oh, hang on. Like a political. Okay, so like Chelsea.
That's great. Yes, also your partner's name, but this is Chelsea Clinton.
Who is
specific.
political?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, we're going with Chelsea. This is Chelsea, just by the way. It's not Chelsea Clinton. It is Chelsea. So Chelsea and I, your Chelsea.
Yep.
We would do this, but the time that I knew it was like different is like I met her. We didn't have like at my camp we didn't have it was super like simple living. We lived in tents and we didn't have bathrooms attached to the tents. We would walk in the nighttime to the collective bathroom that everybody used.
Yeah.
And it was called Paradise. So I walked, there was Paradise and Grasshopper. Those were the two bathrooms.
Okay.
I walked to Paradise. I would meet her in the middle of the night so that we could talk and fake kiss each other.
You kept the fingers up?
Yeah.
Whose fingers were there? Yours or hers?
I don't remember.
Well, I don't think they were yours, because if your fingers were there, you definitely would have slid them out.
No, consent is important.
Well, you would have said through your hand.
When you were organizing this, did you say, meet me at Paradise?
Yeah.
Was that part of it?
That is very sweet.
Gay Paradise.
Meet me at, later tonight, meet me at Paradise.
Yeah.
It sounds so romantic, and then what it is
romantic.
like just the smell of so much shit
So
many fingers between your lips. So much pining.
It was like intense.
And so much war propaganda.
Well, the smell of so much shit and so many fingers between your lips, that does describe some kinds of sex. Absolutely.
True.
Yeah, and like it was so intense, and we chatted, and this has happened to me multiple times with women, straight women or in the closet women or whatever. Who cares what the labels are? You understand what I'm getting at. Mm-hmm. We talked online for a really long AIM.
Oh yeah.
Her maybe this is outing her, maybe bleep this out, Alex. Her username was Energized Cheese.
Oh my God.
And I would just love when Energized Cheese came on AOL in my buddy list and ding, it would pop up.
Yeah.
And then at one point she just stopped
Oh.
talking to me and we never were friends again. And I think it's because she sort of figured out that what we were doing was gay.
So she enlisted.
Right. Right.
Don't ask, don't
And
tell.
it was sad. It was really sad.
That is sad.
And I've lost a couple friends
That sucks.
from that.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
gosh.
hooked up with a straight friend of mine, and we are still friends. And yesterday I told her that her mom was looking milfy.
And then she never talked to you again. She
She has not
AOL.
talked to me since.
Yeah.
So I held on through the original straight girl hookup, and then I lost her shooting for her mom.
I want to get to Cameron.
Yes, let's do it.
Let's get to Cameron. Wait, okay. I have to say this. That's my gay sex from this week. Cameron, did you have gay sex this week?
This week?
Yes.
Did
and
I
then
have some gay sex to
and then
share?
you can tell whatever story
can tell from
you
whatever
want.
time.
It doesn't have to be sex. It can be whatever moves you.
Actually, you know what? I have a story that feels like it's related to the story that
Great.
you just had. And I don't think I've
Nice.
ever talked about this anywhere.
Ooh.
And it's amazing.
Oh.
Inside scoop.
Clickbait.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, wrong
you
one.
want the air horn.
I want the
think.
air horn.
It's
Yeah.
right there.
But it's thank you for that. It's less gay sex and more gay longing. And I
Yes.
feel like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah,
I
yeah.
heard in your story.
Synonymous,
That it's
really.
like bringing me, it's like so bringing me to a time. So when I was in high school, I wanted to be a doctor. We don't know why that's what I wanted to be. I had like, I wasn't particularly gifted at science. It was just, I have always been, I've had a little bit of in terms of only career, a little bit of an inflated sense of self for like my entire life. When I was a little child, I would be like, what I'm going to do? I'll be the president, but I'll also work at Disney Animation. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what do you mean? And you're like, no, it's like, I'm commuting, like it's, I'm
commuting.
I'm making it work. Whatever. So
Donald
anyway.
Trump literally commuted from Florida to DC. So I
Exactly.
don't think that
Yes.
this is. Now, was he a great president? Debatable.
And also, we would say about him, inflated sense of self. So there you go. Yeah. So one thing that I wanted to be when I was in high school was I wanted to be a priest. And the other thing I wanted to do was I wanted to be a doctor.
That is weirdly the gayest. That is
Like, we
weirdly
don't-
the gayest
I
profession.
don't know. So my parents, I was like and I went to a prep school for high school. I went to like a very... Do you remember the movie Juno? Diablo Cody went to my high school.
yes.
She's my
Oh,
sister's. She's in my
cool.
sister's class.
That's so
whatever's going
cool.
on in that movie. It's like anyway. But also Jennifer's Body. Megan Fox is wearing like a plaid skirt in that. That is our skirt from high school.
Oh my gosh. That's one of my favorites.
So
Hot.
Jennifer's Body.
yeah. So like I went to this. So anyway, as a part of school, they pass out these like it was like a pamphlet for this like doctor camp that you could go to. It was at Georgetown University. You could go for several weeks. You could take like classes, and then there was also like a visiting hospitals element. So I went to this doctor camp. My parents were very supportive of this thing that was definitely not going to become my career. And I went to doctor camp.
Did they know
and
that?
No, I mean, I think that they were like, oh, okay, yeah, perfect. We'll invest the money in this summer camp for this person. Like, she's going to be a doctor. And it's like, then like fast forward 10 years and I'm like, actually, I'm a dirtbag and I make no money. Like it's like, thank you so much for investing so much in my education. But I went to this doctor camp and there was a woman there and she was like, it just was at this time in my life. Like I had a boyfriend, he was the captain of the football team. Like we were a sort of a thing at our high school because I was like the mascot of the football team and an outspoken, member of like student council. We were like the couple that doesn't exist because it's like these people, nobody's ever been the mascot of the football team and then dated the captain of the football team. They're very noticeable. We notice these people. What an interesting, noticeable group of people who are also celibate. So anyway, I went to this camp and like the day that I got there, there was a person who was my roommate and she was from Hong Kong. Her father like worked at Coca-Cola. She was an American person who was living in Hong Kong for most of her life. And she was beautiful and she was so interesting, and we were at doctor camp together, and doctor camp was immediately where I realized I was not going to be a doctor, because it was like
and that you were going to be gay.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, two things were realized, right? And so we went to, as a part of doctor camp, like we went to go see where they keep cadavers that are being worked on by students, and there's a guy, we walk in and it's like people are eating sandwiches like over their cadavers because it's just like lunchtime. And then somebody showed me the body that they were working on. They like picked up a piece of this person's back, but then they like had like a Butterfingers moment where they were like, whoa, and they dropped it on the floor. And I had to leave the room because I was dry heaving because I thought I was going to throw up. And then that's when I was like,
then they slipped on a banana. Flew across the room.
It was like these bodies were being desecrated. Like I was just like, oh, this is not, I can't even deal with this, right?
Oh my God.
So I knew that like this was not for me, but I did meet this woman and like we kept in touch. And I had like, I think I was using my parents' AOL account. Like I don't even think I had my own email address. Yeah. And her email address was like, she meant to say angel something, and it was like angel, but it was like angle. She misspelled it, and so
she's
it was
probably
like
also not going to be a doctor.
Exactly. So it was like angle like 63 whatever 52 or whatever it was at like the internet just became a thing.com, right? And so I would like log on to my parents' desktop, and like we had this like pen pal relationship. And during that time, she had moved to London. And when I was a senior in high school, we had a senior class trip to London again.
Oh my God.
Thanks to my parents for investing so much in my education, because I don't know why they did. But we went to London for our senior class trip. And first of all, I drank for the first time on this trip. I was a very, very like well-behaved child. And I was very excited because drinking was legal in the UK for the age that I was. And so I was very competitive. And the first time I ever had a drink, I drank 5 pints of cider in a competition with one of my classmates who was like one of the biggest drinkers in my class. And I won the competition. I was like chugging contest. I mean, this is like how you know you're a homosexual, right? I was like, we're like in a pub. I'm like chugging contest. I drink 5 pints of cider. I absolutely destroy her. I throw up all over like my hotel room. The people that were traveling with us at my Catholic high school, they were like a bunch of priests. Like a monk took care of me. I was sleeping on this monk's belly. I mean, it was like, anyway. But I had kept in touch with like Angle 35, whatever. So she was living in London.
I also love that we have an actual number for the angle.
Yes, exactly.
Angle 90.
Yeah.
We learn a lot about this person by what angle she was.
Yeah. And so we kept in touch, and like, I don't know what was wrong with my school, but before we went on this trip, I again, very overconfident young person. I said to the organizers of the trip, like, I have a good friend that lives in London.
I love this kid. I know this kid from when I was a teacher and when I was a camp counselor. I love this child that's coming up to you and says, I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, like I have a good friend that lives in London, and I know that like we have a really planned like set of tour events, but like I noticed that we're going to like this thing and that thing, the Tower of London and something else, and like I've actually already read about that, so I'm wondering if I can go to school with my friend that day.
To school with
her. My God, the going to school with the camp friend. I love that. I forgot.
I'm wondering if I can do that instead, and like so I'll just do that. And they were like, sure, that seems reasonable. I don't know why this is true.
It was a different time. I attended. This would never happen today.
I know. I attended high school with her for a day. We went afterwards. We went out to a pub with her friends who were like shooting pool. It was the coolest I've ever felt in my entire life.
Cool.
And
it's cooler than I am.
The next day, I somehow arranged my whole class went somewhere, and I remembered where the school was. And I snuck away from my class.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Like took the tube by myself. Like cell phones don't exist yet. through London. And I went to her school and like met her after her school. I'm like waiting outside.
Did you? Is this the movie you directed?
No, this is my real.
It has to be. The
You have
people
to make
need
this
to
a
see
film.
this.
This is such a great film idea.
Like she comes out. I'm like out there. I'm like, great to see you, you know. And she's like, oh my God. And she's like, why don't you come to my house? Like she actually lived in Notting Hill, sort of like on one of those parks. It's like in the movie
like
Notting Hill,
getting
you like
dizzy.
get a key.
I know. I'm
this.
falling
I mean,
in love with this woman.
Her family was like wealthy in a way that I couldn't understand.
Yeah.
So they lived like in a fancy place with the key to this park. We like go to her house. We like go to this park. We're like having this whole experience. But then I realized I'm supposed to go meet up with my class afterwards because I was like having to meet up with them at some point. And I realized that I had no idea how to get back from where we were.
Yeah.
Like I knew how to take the train from like our hotel to the school because I had done it before.
Yeah.
But now I was like in a whole different part of London. I had no idea where I was from, where I had no money on me.
Yeah. Oh,
we had
no.
to, her mom, her mom had to like put me in a cab. Like I sort of remembered the name of my hotel and she had to put me in a cab and pay for it.
Yeah.
To send me home.
This poor lost.
She was
like,
like, sure, I'll pay £70 to have my daughter not
Like
get
I think
fucked
it
right
was
now.
70 pounds. Like I actually think that's how much money it was. Because it was like across London.
Yeah.
I somehow like snuck back in. It's like that thing of like, it's almost from like maybe the children's book Madeline where like my school was like walking in a line from like whatever they'd done that day. And I like filtered in the midst of this group and like rejoined them.
Amazing.
But the thing that I had been listening to on my Walkman when I had snuck away from class to go find her was that Macy Gray song. That's, what is it called? Where it's like, I try to say goodbye and I choke. So, you know, then I just came, this is all a very anticlimactic story to say, when you are a young person, you don't understand you're a homosexual. It is potentially life-threatening. Like I was by myself with no money, traveling throughout a city I had no familiarity with in a foreign country to go find this woman just to like see her, just to see her. Like we never held hands. We didn't kiss with fingers over our mouths. Like nothing happened. I listened to Macy Gray for like the rest of the year. This is when I got home from this is when my boyfriend asked me if I was bisexual because I could not stop talking about this woman.
This is beautiful. It's I've thought about this a lot. Like,
Oh my God.
we have so many coming of age movies about young boys like in love. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, and
Yes.
they have like there's no comparison to a femme, like you know what I mean, like a person who has no idea how to like, who's never been trained to be the dominant person, just sort of finding their way, learning how to like approach a woman, and then not even knowing that that's what they're doing.
Right.
The level of longing is just so deep and wild and chaotic.
Yeah.
I think that's so well said. Yeah, because I think like if you're an AFAB person, also like sleepovers are normal. Kissing with hands over the lips, that might be fine. We don't know. Maybe that's straight, you know? Like, so then you get into a situation where you're like, one of my best friends who I've met for a very brief period of time while we were over an open dead body at a doctor camp, that person lives in London. And do you, teacher, believe that I should get to sneak away from our class and go see them? Because like, I didn't even get in trouble for this.
Yeah.
Like I was like such a good kid. Nobody even noticed.
Yeah.
Like I literally just pulled that off. And we fell out of touch. Not that long after that, but like I have thought about this person.
Yeah, I was gonna ask
I
you,
don't
are you
even
in touch?
remember her name.
Yeah.
I have no. I do actually remember her email address, but I'm not going to say what it was. But
You should try just
I don't even
emailing.
remember her name.
Yeah,
You
just
should
I
email
should just-
her parents
Oh,
and be like, "Hey,
My
remember
God.
that time you like paid for my cab?"
I should
get in touch with your
Venmo her
daughter.
parents. I will Venmo her parents. While you walk in and Venmo the owner of the Liberty, I will Venmo her parents and say, like, I think I owe you this.
Oh my God.
And also, oftentimes when I think about this time in my life, I always also wonder what everybody else thought was going on. Because, looking back on it, like, I didn't know what was going on because I didn't know information about homosexuality. But, like, what did her parents think was going on when I was like, hey, great to see you. I'm from America and I don't know where my class is.
I think the parents know. I think the parents most of the time know what's up.
Yeah.
They know what's up.
I think so. But I think they probably
no wonder they paid so much money for me to leave.
I knew someone in the closet once and she had a relationship and I was like, do your parents, like, can you not out to your parents, but do they know? And she was like, well, I've never had a boyfriend and I'm not ugly. So she was like, yeah, my parents know because I'm objectively hot.
I think they know that you're this little gay person obsessed with their daughter, because I've been that little gay person like many times. Yeah. I think it's debatable how I think sometimes they think nothing's going to happen. And then I think as soon as they find out something's going to happen, that's when there can be a fissure in the relationship between the two kids. Yeah. Because the parents that's happened to me as well. Yeah. Well, that was truly a phenomenal story.
Yes. Epic.
Needs
to be a movie.
A 56-minute long movie.
Directed, written, and starring Cameron Esposito.
At all ages.
Yeah, me now. Now, but starring as my high school self. Love it. Yes. 100%.
And we know Ben Platt did this very successfully, so I think you should do it.
Would we say successfully? I mean, he did it.
I think he nailed
it, and he's still alive.
The internet loved it.
They did. They were raving.
Well,
I have a miniature camp story if you want.
That would be great. I'm so sorry. We would love to have you back.
Yeah.
And I really need to start writing on the emails that it takes an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm so sorry to be.
It's me.
It's time management.
It's a time management.
Do you have a baby camp story that could last for 5 minutes or less?
It's literally 5 minutes or less. It's like 2 minutes. You want to hear it?
I want to hear it.
Do you want to say the thing for the ad break?
Yes. Well, that was great sex.
It was
great.
It was you know what it was? It was super horny sex.
Yes.
that never with no release. Anyway, keep going.
Kate, did you have gay sex this week?
Okay, I'm going to tell a little finger blast from the past as well about camp.
And the shot clock is on.
And I'm ready to go. I'm talking like in a speech and debate. I'm just like talking 22 minutes of I was at a soccer camp and as our like leisure break, they took us to the movie theater. And I must have been like 13 and I had no idea that I was queer. And almost everyone except me and one other girl went to the same movie. And me and this other girl looked at each other and were like, do you want to go see this movie instead?
Do you want to like go be gay together?
Okay.
And be alone?
And I really should have known because she was a goalie. She was from Virginia. She was a goalie. And there's nothing, if you're a goalie, you are either like gay, a party animal, or like legitimately insane.
Why are goalies insane?
I think it just takes, you can't have any fear.
Yeah.
So if you don't have any fear like on the field, there's a chance that you might not have any fear as a person, and that to me is like the most intimidating thing in the world.
Oh,
like
that's
just a
so
completely fearless person is like
I would like
very
throw
intimidating.
my body around when I played goalie.
So exactly.
Yeah.
But you were also gay, so
yeah. So I'm not a sociopath.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Good.
But so I should have known, and she was like, "Do you want a soda?" And I was like, "Sure." And she was like, "What if we just got one big one with like 2 straws?" And I was like, sure. And then we got in the theater and I was like, do you want to sit in the back row? And she was like, okay. And so we just like sat in the back row. Like we didn't know each other. We were just like taking sips at the same time out of this giant soda while we watched a movie with no one else that we knew.
That's kissing with fingers over the mouth.
That is kissing with fingers over the mouth.
You're just trying to get close to this person.
And I literally did not realize this was a date until 2019.
Wait.
And that's the whole story.
What was the movie?
Here's how gay this was.
It was
I
called
don't remember.
Cameron Esposito in London.
I mean,
that's how gay it was. That I do not have recollection of a
Yeah.
movie happening. I just have recollection of her face as we went down to
Your
sip out of the
foreheads
straws.
within an inch
well,
of each other.
that is a beautiful story. And the thing that it is that's reminding me of is that it was around 2019 when I realized that all of the like teenage sexual activity that I was having in movie theaters was not invisible to other people. Like that was a real part of my teenagehood, was like having like a lot of things go on in movie theaters with men, but like a lot of things. And then realizing, oh,
people could see me.
Whoopsie daisy. Whoopsie daisy.
To quote Hugh Grant in Notting Hill.
Exactly.
Whoopsie daisies.
Whoopsie daisies.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you for being flexible.
Yeah.
I want the listeners to know how much I appreciate what you just did. That was hard.
I'm good.
That was really good.
I was
That was really good.
We were in camp mode, baby. When you're in camp mode, your mind thinks without you.
In slow motion, you can do anything. Cameron, will you do your butt plugs?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know what's right now, like all of my socials are a great place to find out what's going on. I'm doing like, I don't know when this is coming out, but I'm doing like 2 shows essentially. That might still be in the future.
What you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, like if it's coming out next week or something like that. Like I'm going to be in Chicago October 2nd for a show, and then I'm going to be in Salt Lake City October 14th, and then like probably not touring after that for a long time. So
we'll try and get it out at least before one of those.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, more in future. That's very fun to say. I also have a book that's called Save Yourself. You could listen to that on Audible. That's what I'd recommend. Or buy it through an indie bookseller.
Get the book.
We always yell at people to get the book.
Yeah, we do. We loved having you. You were fantastic. I would love to have you again if you're up for it.
I would love that. I really enjoyed talking with you both. You are so fun.
Oh, thanks
you. Thanks for being such lovely sweethearts.
It's so awesome to meet you.
I can't wait to see you again soon.
Yeah.
And be pals.
And listen to Queery.
I will send you...
Oh, yes.
I can't remember if I have your email address.
You have my assistance, but let me put in the chat right now my email.
Okay. So that I can send you the audio.
There you go.
Great.
Sweet.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you both.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Just so you know, I have asked Laura to book it as an hour and a half, and it's my fault that I have not been following up on that.
All good. Plus, she might not have an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like she's...
So I apologize. And also, she was just, the banter was getting so good. There
was no reason to like artificially deviate from it.
I hope you don't think that I would ever like try and railroad your performance.
No, I don't.
On purpose. My gay thought today is I think there should be a gay aunt adoption program. I think that whenever a child comes out to their family, the government should send a gay aunt, just a barb of a human being in a windbreaker, knock on that door hard, bop bop. Yo, I'm fucking gay and I'm here to take your kid to a WNBA game. I'm the government designated gay aunt. It could be a gay uncle. It could be a queer adult. This sounds like it could be dangerous, but it's not. It's a family thing. How do we start this program? Where do I get the funding? How do I apply? I'm probably on an FBI watch list now. That's my gay thought this week, guys. So many new donors this month. Thank you so much. You guys make this podcast possible. Let's do this. On Instagram, we have Just Zoe with 7 E's. On Instagram, we have Sky. I think I've done these. Whatever. We'll see. We have Sky. That's SSKKYYYY. On Instagram, we have T Talea. On TikTok, we have AG Ferguson. On Instagram, we have Leah Eggy. On TikTok, we have Sandcassin. On Instagram, we have Queeryoticals. On Instagram, we have Leah.morningglory. On Instagram, we have The Diary of Elle. On Twitter, we have Miss_Steph Laura. On TikTok, we have Overheard in Therapy. On Instagram, we have Carrie Mounts with a Z. On Instagram, we have Danae__Ann. On Instagram, we have Emily Miller 0. And on Instagram, we have Champagne Soph. Thank you guys so much for donating. Couldn't do this without you, you little queer. I love you with all my heart. And despite my tone, I mean that to the core of my soul. Have a great week. Thank you for listening and being so cool.